Very excited to greet all of you today at our Healthtech Unicorn Battle for Middle East and Africa. And I'm happy to introduce our Anna Fedorova. It's Chief Partnership Officer of Startup.Network and CEO of Unicorn Battles. Dear Anna, you have a word.
Dear Lily, thank you very much. And I'm really glad to be here today with you and in this wonderful region of Mena and Africa, where summer never ends. And we are here due to our sponsors, our global platinum sponsor, Network VC California Seed Fund, and our golden sponsor is Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. Silver sponsor is Sci-Fi Acceleration Program. Our event is the world's largest startup pitch competition in 2020 by geography and the number of the events held already this year. And the winner of today's Unicorn Battle will join our Unicorn Cup Finals, which will be happening on November 20th. Please mark the day in your calendar. It will be one-day event, so any time zone is welcome to participate. You can log in from any part of the world because it will be online event. We care for your safety. Please stay with us. And besides startups pitching live, best startups, that the winners of our preliminary Unicorn battles, there will be also a startup expo. So if you're a startup, please apply to promote your startup to among the best startups of the world and to meet the wonderful top VCs and investors from all over the world during our grand finals. This is the second season of our battles, and this season we are doing the industry battles, vertical battles. We are doing them in 4 industries, scanning almost all countries of the world there is. In health tech, fintech, AI, and general battles, industry agnostic, but with some special focus. And of course, we truly believe in our company that the best ideas come through only when the right people are by your side. So partners are welcome. We would like to see you, talk to you. Please approach me or our wonderful event managers, and we will talk about exploring partnership opportunities with you. And I'm glad to introduce you to our ecosystem. We are a smart ecosystem that consists of various software solutions, internet platforms that unite startups, investors, business angels, experts, and professional scouts in a single business space, which makes it possible to solve quickly and efficiently any task in the field of innovation and startups. I'm happy to introduce you to the heart of our ecosystem, Startup.Network. It's a marketplace for startups, businesses, investors, and service providers. Unicorn Battle is the oldest part of our ecosystem. It's an open competition where startups pitch for private investors and venture funds, and it's a great opportunity for everyone. We have traveled all over the world with our peaceful battles, but of course, we still have countries to explore. So please approach us if we haven't been to your city or region yet. And we are doing battles online now due to the restrictions. But of course, when the life comes back to normal, everybody is welcome to join us for our events that we do on a regular basis in Silicon Valley, where our headquarters is. And we have done battles for 11 years already, did more than 220 of them. And we are doing really good job in finding the best startups, in inviting the best investors, because our winners had managed to raise more than 100 million already, and the number keeps growing. And our VC community had expanded drastically over the past year, and we had really extensive investor opportunities for everyone. Please meet the Sci-Fi Acceleration Program, where we help startups to relocate to the United States, grant them funds and services worth $50,000, and help them to apply to top American accelerators. Network VC California Seed Fund is our recent entity with 2 current strategies. First one, to participate as an investor in our pre-acceleration program for the chosen startups. And second one, to be a lead investor on our Silicon Valley Syndicate fund. And to introduce you to one of our recent entities, I would like to give a floor to my colleague, Julia. Julia, are you with us? Julia is an Investor Relations Director at the CVCY Club. Julia?
Hi to everyone. My name is Julia Prisarnyuk. I'm Investor Relations Director of Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. We give an opportunity for private investors and business angels to invest together with us into the best startups that we can find through our global ecosystem. It is an international club. We are officially registered in the USA. Closed club meetings are held online 1 or 2 times a month. Contact me directly if you are interested to know more about the club. I will send my contact to the chat. Good luck to everyone today.
Thank you, Julia. We surely need this luck today. And I would like to pass a word to my other colleague, Natalie, who will tell you about the opportunities for the VCs. Right, Natalie?
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Anna. And I'm glad to see you, everybody, here today. I'd like to introduce you to our project VC House. This is an invitation-only online community and a network created exclusively for VCs, where they can exchange their deals which they participate in as active investors. And what is more, it will be also a platform for specialized offline LPGP events, where family offices and institutional investors have an opportunity to meet VC funds. If you have any question about this VC House or would like to join the VC House, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. My contact details will be in the chat. And now I'd like to return the floor to Lilia, who is the host for today's event, and she'll lead you through our unicorn battle. Lilia?
Thank you so much for such a great introduction. I will be happy to move on. Firstly, I want to say thank you to all of our partners that support our event. It's our setup and startup, Code Connect, Clean, Plug and Play, and Sunrise Media. Thank you so much, because you really endorse us to do something more. And our agenda. So you all know that our events, they're like strict a little bit, because firstly, we introduce our ecosystem, do introductions to our expert board, and then we start our startup competition. And after that, we announce the winners, and thanks to our online voting platform, we'll be able to get all results by the end of the last pitch. So be sure it won't be long. And then we'll have time to do some networking. And next, our perfect judges. So you see that we have a really big board today. And our judges really, we do appreciate that you volunteer your valuable time today, and please introduce yourselves and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out industry, check size, state, and geographically location of startups you invest in. It is really important for our participants today and for us as well. So I will be happy to introduce the first one, Alexander Soroka, CEO of Startup.Network. Dear Alexander, do you hear us? Okay.
I don't see Alexander. Maybe he has some problems. So we can start with, I see Preeti is online.
Let's start with Preeti.
Preeti had done that many times, right? You know how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Team Startup.Network, for having me over again. It's a pleasure. Anna, Liliana, Julia, Natalie, and Alexander, who's missing in action today, but he will be here by and by. All the best to everybody participating. I represent InfoCrest LLP as the Head of Investments, Partnerships and Alliances, and I'm also the founder of LinkedIn Local India. The average check size is 25K to 150K, sector agnostic. Geography mostly in India. Happy to be here. Look forward to the entire day. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us for long. It's great. Dear judges, who want to be next?
Babatunde here. Hi, everyone. This is Babatunde from Lagos, Nigeria. Super excited to be here. Well done again to the Startup.Network team for the amazing work you continue to do. We all appreciate the work that you do for companies, for startups, for investors alike. I am representing LeBlue Ventures. LeBlue Ventures is a venture building / micro VC firm based out of Lagos, Nigeria. And we're focused on technology-enabled ventures across sectors, really. We've done some things in e-commerce. We currently have a portfolio company in cybersecurity, and I've also personally, invested in an agro processing firm in the past. Super excited to be here. Looking forward to all the exciting health tech startups today. I've worked in health in the last 4 to 5 years, so I'm looking forward to the companies that are going to show today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So next one.
Hi, Lilia.
Hi,
Kabir.
Hi, Anna. Hi, Natalie. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Kabir Mohammed. I'm from South Africa. I'm the founder of DNA Capital, which is a venture capital fund that is focused purely on South African opportunities. We are only licensed to invest in South Africa. However, we are in the process of setting up a new fund, which would focus on startups within the African continent, as well as other emerging markets, and also look at opportunities within Silicon Valley. So this fund will be launching by January 2021. And we look forward to participating with Startup.Network, as well as the Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, etc. And good luck to all the participants today. We hope that everything goes well for you, and let's see your pictures. Good luck.
Great to have you on board, Kabir. Yes.
Thanks, Anna. Thank you, Anna.
Wonderful. Who wants to be next? There is no special line. Just plug in and tell startups what is check size, and if there is special industry or you're industry agnostic, it's really important for them to hear, and maybe you prefer some geography or you're also geography agnostic. Anyone? Well,
dear Hisham.
if not,
Okay.
if not, we can move on. Yes.
Hi, good afternoon, guys.
Hi.
I'm Bolade from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm with Kuramo Capital. We specialize in fund-of-fund investments and also direct investments. We're sector agnostic. For our direct investments, our ticket size usually starts between $3 to $5 million. We manage a $500 million fund across sub-Saharan Africa. Healthcare has increasingly become an area of focus for us, and so we appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this event. We are increasingly having more and more interest in tech-enabled businesses. We were the first investors in the pioneering venture capital fund in Nigeria called Echo VC, and since then we started to back more and more venture capital managers across the continent. It's my pleasure to be here, and I look forward to being blown away by the pitches. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
That's wonderful. Blown away. I like it. Let's see. Here's startups. Everybody needs to be blown away by your pitches. So get excited to do that. Yes, Hisham. Welcome.
Hi. Hi, how are you? Thank you again for the invitation. So hi everybody, my name is Hisham Drake. I am CEO of Fasha Capital. Healthtech Capital is an online incubator based out of UAE. We operate globally. We have several programs. The oldest one is where we technical co-founder invest 50% of the money needed and doing the whole technical development from A to Z. We already have more than 20 startups graduated. We have already one exit. We have helped in total more than 400 startups, of course, globally. We are stage agnostic, country agnostic, and doing the whole technical industry agnostic. We invest in pre-seed funding. We have already one Series A. Our ticket size is between 50K and up to. We are stage agnostic country. We invest was ranked at on top 50 top investors, top angel investors according to Forbes in 2018. Thank you for inviting me again. Looking forward to the exciting competition and wish great luck for all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Hesham. Great to have you with us again. And I see Kevin joined us.
Hi, Anna, Lilia.
Hi.
You guys.
Hi, Kevin. It's hardly ever we can.
Hello, everyone. It's always exciting to be part of the unicorn, the startup battles, Startup.Network. These guys have always been making sure that some of us who are ecosystem builders, keep pushing these entrepreneurs, this startup to get to the level where they can be on here. My name is Kevin. Like they mentioned, I am based in South Africa. We are about fostering entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem building. We are about support.
Kevin, I'm sorry. I see that you were muted unexpectedly. Dear Kevin.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's fine. We can hear you.
We champion ecosystem building across Africa. We support our startups to be investment ready. We also connect startups for investors like all of you and connect with mentors across the world. So we are set up a startup about, the startup, all about the startup or the entrepreneurs. So we are glad to be here. I'm glad to be here to connect with you guys, to talk to you guys, to continue to look out for the startups that we have within our continent. Our pride is to see that the startups get access to capital, which is why all of you are all here. That's the only thing that will make Africa's pride, remain intact. So I'm so proud. I've been part of the Startup.Network for the last few months, as much as I can remember. I've been to so many battles, Asia, Europe, USA, and it's always exciting. It's always exciting. So, dear judges, dear investors, please let's put our hands together to support this great startup that have spent sleepless nights to develop this product and see how we can take them from where they are to the next level. Otherwise, I am here with you to the end. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kevin, for this wonderful pitch. Always glad to see you. Yes, and anyone else would like to say something? If not, we can move on. All right, Lily?
Hi,
Are
Anna.
you ready?
Sorry.
Oh, hi.
Sorry, Anna.
Yes, sure. Go ahead. Sure.
Yeah. I just have one question which has been a bit unclear to me in the last two battles, right? So can Lilia maybe tell us what happened for the top three winners in terms of these startups? What is the next step? What happens next?
Well, as I can do that because I just told you at the beginning of my speech that the winner has an opportunity to pitch at absolutely for free. It was supposed to be our grand finale in Silicon Valley Computer History Museum, but we still have persistent restrictions in the USA, so we decided to do our finals online. And it will be the winners of all the preliminary battles will gather together. It will be a grand final where only the top VCs will be invited, and so the top startups also. that's an opportunity for the winner. And plus, Alexander will join us in a second, and he was supposed to tell that the winner will be taken to our VC house, where it's a closed invitation-only community for the VCs, and there the winner has an opportunity to personally approach the top VCs, where they discuss investment opportunities with him, and also it's a great opportunity to fundraise it. Of course, every startup is happy to do that. So that's like the most near opportunities the winner has. This has second and third place also have the potential to meet precise our investors and top VCs, but it's investment managers will tell them later on in letters. But that's like the near opportunities they have.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for asking that. If, dear judges, if you have like some technical issues or would like to ask something precisely, you can always use chat. We are here to hear you and to help you out. And let's move on. Okay. Do you see my screen? Yep, Lily, the floor is yours, and we see that you're speaking, but we cannot hear you.
Yeah, next important step is how to vote, because we have to find out who is the winner today. And dear judges, so to start voting, you have just to click to the link you've got on your email, and you will be redirected to the event page. You have to scroll the page to the startups section. Next, you'll see the logos and marks beneath. You have to put marks depending on the investment potential from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest mark and 1 is the lowest. You have put marks just without any confirmation buttons. You can change mark before the voting will be closed. We will close the voting after the last participant finish its speech. And again, if you need any help, please connect me or contact our support team. We will resend the link you or help you to manage it. And dear guests, you also have the opportunity to support our participants today. So you can use our event page official and put like or dislike to our participants, and it will also influence on them. So we have great 9 startups to pitch today. And I would like to tell that each founder will have 3 minutes to pitch and extra 3 minutes to have a Q&A session with our expert board. Dear guys, we recommend not to mention fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting our events, and some countries have restrictions in this regard. Please use chat or other channels of communication of this particular reason. So thank you, all of you. And based on our results, one startup will be chosen as the winner of the unicorn battle. So please welcome our startups. And startup number 1 will rock our pitch session. So, dear Bramil, please get ready and share your screen. Your 3 minutes will start at the moment you begin to speak. Dear Bramil. Great.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. So we see your presentation. Do full screen. I see your video. Perfect.
Good.
So start as you're ready.
So, hi everyone, it's afternoon here. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't think there's any good evening. My name is Brahma Mwalo. I'm the founder of Zetova, a one-year-old company off in Nairobi. What we do is we build technology for procurement, which is, we believe, the largest marketplace in Africa. So in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, we realized in the supply chain there's a lot of disruption. For instance, the other disease burdens existing in the continent, which has the largest disease burden in the world, did not take a break. For instance, malaria continue going on, tuberculosis, and all that disease burden that exists on the continent continued. So there was a need for technology that allows countries to be better prepared and to continue managing the existing disease burden, at the same time deal with the outbreak of pandemic. So basically Zetova, the company, we came up around March this year to develop technology that will help countries be prepared in that. So a bit of background in terms of health security and resilience planning. Just imagine a mother being able to access malaria treatment for an infant, and probably HIV patients being able to access their antiretrovirals. That's health security planning. Countries' ability to safeguard the health security of its citizens. So COVID has greatly exposed this problem. So 4 things have defined how countries have dealt with this pandemic and many other disease burdens. How are these countries prepared to manage disease threats? How are they organized to respond to these threats? And can they afford these disease burdens? And how are the main responders coordinated? So in a nutshell, ASA, the platform that Zetova developed, is an artificial intelligence-driven platform that is able to use supply chain data to track disease burden and work backwards in terms of coordinate decision-making that needs to happen towards the procurement of essential healthcare products. That is to make sure that 70% of the population in Africa that actually depends on either donor-funded or government-funded health sector can access these products on time. So that's the basic idea around the technology. So the technology capability simply is we've built it using artificial intelligence, where we spend quite some time in terms of training the models to consume data, purchase data, order data from different healthcare activities, and we've done a pilot in Kenya from around 7,000 health facilities. And the model is able to, provide, the model is able to provide insight in terms of what is to come, predict what is coming, and work backwards in terms of decisions and coordinate. On top of it, we'll be
Looks like we have a technical issue or something like that.
Yeah, but
well, sometimes happens. It's online. It's not a live pitch when you can solve issues.
Dear Bramil,
can you stop the screen sharing?
Yes.
Sometimes happens. It's Africa. It's hard to connect Africa, US, Europe, and Asia. Okay, maybe we can move to number 2, and when
we'll get back.
Number 1 appears again. Oh yeah, I can see him connecting.
Oh, so much people worry.
Hi everyone.
Hello again. Welcome back.
Sorry. Yes, so there was a bit of a power blackout, but I'm back now.
Lila, how much time do we have to go?
Actually, your 3 minutes were up before the technical issues, but we have 3 minutes for a Q&A session. So, dear judges, please be active. Bramil is the first one.
Yeah, Bramil, can you share your video so the judges can see you? You can stop sharing the screen and switch on your video. Bramil, can you put on your video?
Yes, it's on.
No, it's not. Yep, now it is. Exactly.
So hi, Bramwell. Very good and very interesting presentation. This is Babatunde from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm quite curious. You mentioned that you've been operating for a year. So what's the current progress of your startup? Specifically, what's the business model? And how are you doing, with what you've done so far in the last 1 year in terms of traction?
So we're basically a pre-revenue. So we're basically a pre-revenue startup. We just finished the MVP. We've just tested the MVP. Spent quite most of the 1 year building and testing the technology. So we are just about to go to market. We're launching our go-to-market in January 2020. So that's what we've done. Yeah, so I guess in terms of a stage, that's the stage where we are. The traction we've done, the piloting, we have worked with Ministry of Health in Kenya. So most of our piloting has been done in Nairobi. We've worked with the Ministry of Health. The ecosystem that we've tested, the product is with around 7,000 health facilities. So technically that's 80% of the healthcare ecosystem in Nairobi. So that's about 30 million people who are affected by that ecosystem. So
that's fine, bravo, because we don't have a lot of time. Just one quick question. So what's the business model going to be? How do you see this, generating income revenue when you start?
All right, so for every supply chain, there is a supply and the financials. So basically for all contracts, because of the integrity that we built around contracts issued in buying of healthcare products, these contracts, the business need is 70% of them require financing from banks. So that's now where the partners that we have, like the banks will finance and the tracking of the contracts, and on the platform, a marketplace where we have, for every contract that is financed by the banking partners that we have, we get a commission on it. And then there is subscription models, annual subscription models, and then there is also a SaaS model which people pay licenses for. So we have 3 revenue tracks for it, which we have tested already for the partners we've had.
Brownie, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, and again, just a bit of because my wish is to see many startups get invested in. Next time you were up quickly. So next time when somebody asks you a question with regard to what you didn't put, make sure you put that screen of that particular thing up so that people could see, so that you don't waste much time again explaining. First thing first, you need to really tell us the team behind this initiative. That is one quickly, if you can, if you can.
All right, so currently Zetova has a team of about 15. We have 15 employees. 4 the main leaders are 4. I am the managing director. I have commercial lead operations. There's community manager. There's a product development manager. All of us are, I can share the LinkedIn profile of them. So because of time, you can evaluate most of the team members on the link.
So have you guys already have any financial backing to this? You guys have raised any funds through the launch, since you guys launched? Have you guys made any money?
No. So we've funded the product till now ourselves. So we are just launching our pre-seed raise right now. So that's what we're doing. That's part of the reason why we are in this these challenges and working together with various funds where we can actually raise.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Our 3 minutes has already gone. Our second participant, startup that is called QuickClaim. Please, Mr. Zaid, get ready. Share your screen. I see you're preparing.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, switch on your video as well.
Is it working?
Yep. I have a green screen. Who else sees it?
Yes, same with me, just green screen.
Now, can you see it?
Yeah, I suppose we have a bad connection. That's why it takes long to download all the presentation at once.
Is it appearing now?
Yeah, but still we have some please try to click on the next slide. Let's check how it works. Yeah, it works good. Perfect.
Can you put on your video so we can see you? Not your picture, but you.
Yeah, I'm activating the camera, but maybe the shadow of the sun shadow back. That's how it changed my location. If you allow me, please.
Anyway, it's better to switch on. It's important to see who is pitching.
Is it okay now?
Presentation, perfect. No.
The camera?
Yeah. And video, please.
Hi, everyone. This is Zaid Al-Jazi, QuickClaim co-founder and CEO. QuickClaim is a fintech peer-to-peer settlement and investments platform catering to the medical insurance industry. This will create a new streamlined financing marketplace for health claims. The current situation in the medical insurance industry is that the patient check in with the doctor verifies the patient's insurance papers and documents. By then, the doctor issues the insurance claim policy. At that stage, the doctor bulks all the invoices to the insurance company, and the insurance company takes around 45 days to process the whole documents and the claim invoice. Eventually, the doctor receives the payment in another 45 days. Basically, this is a 90 days process from issuance of the claim until the payment of the claim, which is happening by the third-party administrators whom are taking this role at the current stage for limited accounts and not on a regular basis. The problem is that this whole process of 90 days affects the SMEs, in which most of the healthcare providers, the SCPs, are considered to be SMEs. For example, the pharmacies pay upfront for the pharmaceutical factories to receive the medicines, in which this affects the cash flow capability that they have. This one shows that the pharmacies suffer the most from the cash flow gaps in Jordan, according to the Ministry of Health and the Insurance annual reports. Our solution is to create a marketplace to bridge the liquidity gap and onboard the investor, the insurance, and the healthcare provider on one platform where QC, QuickClaim, is on on an unbiased basis from everyone and on a specific distance from all stakeholders. This will increase the liquidity gap for the SCPs, and this will regulate the cash cycle, and it will create a financing marketplace. In addition, it will manage a claim timeline. The technology is to have a synchronized settlement framework where the investor, when receiving the early finance, will grant the claim ownership when the SCP, receive the early finance from the investor, will grant the investor the claim ownership. And by then the investor receives on behalf of the healthcare provider the due amounts from the insurance company. This one shows that the pharmacies post a claim, for example, on $10,000, the investor visits the marketplace and accepts the terms and the discount on the platform. By then, the transaction happens here, and the billing assignment of claims agreements takes place between the pharmacy, for example, and the investor. And eventually, the insurance company gets notified by day 90. I'm the CEO, as mentioned. And
I'm sorry, but your time is up. We have to stop you. Let's start our Q&A session. The judges, your turn.
Do you have MVP, or maybe you have already a traction? Hello?
Hello, sorry?
Do you have traction, do you have revenues, or you just have MVP for today? Do you hear me?
I hear you, yes.
Do you have any traction as for today? Revenues, clients?
Traction?
Yes, revenues or clients. Or
we are at the idea stage now. We have just get finance, early finance on the idea stage, and our minimum viable product is under development. We are in the coding phase. We have just finished the design phase, and hopefully we will test or start with the pilot test in mid of October this month, maximum by end of this month. And our business identity, basically, if I may explore more, is to have that we have an approval from the Central Bank of Jordan to run our pilot project in Jordan under the sandbox test.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have 1 minute for question.
It's really too early for VCs to evaluate the startup. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on. So last chance to ask something. Okay, no questions. Kevin?
Yes.
Something to ask?
No.
Okay, thank you so much, Zaid. Stay with us, and we move to our next participant, startup number 3. It's our great startup. Yeah, Cardio Diagnostics, you're in. I see the presentation, it works good. And yeah, and I want to check your video. I'm looking for you. Yeah, I see. Perfect.
All right, perfect. Can I start?
Sure.
Awesome, thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Wissam from Cardio Diagnostics, and today I'm going to walk you through our business. So Cardio Diagnostics is a medical technology company which focuses on services and remote patient monitoring. And we were focused on diagnostic cardiology and more recently diabetes and hypertension and other chronic conditions as well. So chronic diseases result in 7 in 10 deaths in the United States, with 130 million or over 130 million people suffering from one or more chronic conditions in the US. So you can see there's a huge market in the US. So for cardiac monitoring, defining the clinical need for cardiac monitoring in particular, We have 4 million Americans who have arrhythmias, 2.7 of which are atrial fibrillation, which causes strokes and heart disease. They have a high risk for strokes and heart disease. So long-term cardiac monitoring, like we provide, increases the diagnostic outcomes by 3 times. Now, for chronic disease management, 6 in 10 adults in the US have chronic diseases, and this results in $3.5 trillion in healthcare costs annually. So remote patient monitoring, or RPM, which is another software we provide, increases patient compliance by 5 times and patient outcomes by 2 times. So this is our cardiology line. We work with FDA-cleared wearable cardiac devices. We link them up to our cloud-based software called CloudBeat, and we also offer the monitoring services to analyze the data collected. So this is actually the world's first hardware-agnostic cloud-based cardiac monitoring software. So hardware agnostic, meaning we work with any device as long as it's FDA approved, we can link it to our software. And cloud-based, meaning we don't use the typical servers that other providers used to use without the hassle of the servers. We offer cloud-based technology, which is accessible as long as you have an internet-connected device from anywhere at any time. And these are actually some images of the devices we can work with. So we also have the HIPAA-compliant cardiac monitoring centers in the US, and the first HIPAA-compliant monitoring centers outside of the US as well. These are actually samples of our reports, which we can customize depending on what the physicians require, so according to what they need. And now moving to our remote patient monitoring software. So to do this, we actually work with different manufacturers to integrate their devices into our mobile app, where the patient can measure their data. And this is actually communicated to our cloud-based software for the physicians to actually analyze and provide reports as well, similar to the CloudBeat product. So to do this, you just connect the device, automatically measure and visualize the data. And we also have goal tracking approaches to increase compliance. We can chat with physicians, schedule appointments, and even have video consultations with our physicians. Lastly, what do our customers value in us? Our quality, flexibility, and customer experience. And we work with large companies such as GE, Abbott, and even smaller companies and the whole spectrum in between. And lastly, our financial metrics. So the company is cash flow positive. Our recurrent revenue has quadrupled since COVID-19. And our new growth lines are growing at 223% per month. And our next round for investment is the end of 2021. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Your timing is great. And dear judges, we have a Q&A session with cardiodiagnostics.
Anna, this is a great initiative. It seems as if you didn't need to be here because you're only raising funds at the end of 2021. It means that it's a year from now. But another thing is your market reach. I see you keep talking only about the US. What is it about Africa that your product caters for?
Actually,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, sorry.
Correct me if I'm wrong, the question is, what are we offering in the Middle East and Africa?
Yes, because I can see from your diagram, you've mentioned enough a lot about the US.
Yes, sure. Actually, we do operate in the Middle East and Africa. Our main focus has been the US because of the insurance reimbursement that they offer. So it's been a more perceptive market, but we do have our operations and our clients operating in the US, in the Middle East, US, and Africa as well.
All right.
Can you explain who are your clients? Do you have B2B model?
Yeah, great question. So we do have a B2B model where we work with hospitals and testing facilities, even some manufacturers as well. But we recently launched a B2C model for direct interactions with the hospitals and physicians. So we have both B2C and B2B models depending on the product we're talking about.
Okay, but you wrote in your profile that you have already 35 clients, yes?
Yes, yes.
Who are they?
These clients are actually mainly focused on these testing facilities, as I mentioned, and certain large companies where we can create software for them particularly. In terms of B2C, this was recently launched, I'd say about a month ago. So we are still gaining traction on that front.
Okay, but why for example, the owners of devices, I mean producers of devices, need to share information with you. Usually they have their own software which analyze the data.
Wissam, would you like me
Yes.
to?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so this is Joanna. I'm on Wissam's team. I'm actually the Director of Sales and Operations globally at Cardio Diagnostics. So to answer your question, basically regarding the clients, most of our clients are hospitals in the US and in the Middle East. We also have a SaaS model that services monitoring centers, remote cardiac monitoring centers in the US in particular. And we've also created the monitoring center in the Middle East that basically services 12 countries in the Middle East and Africa. So we do the remote monitoring using our software, and our services. Now, regarding your question of why do those manufacturers wanna integrate with us? So basically, our software and what it provides customers is actually unprecedented globally. So the features, the customizations ability, the scalability ability, and the flexibility in the workflow of our software is not like any other software out there in the market. And usually those manufacturers, whether it's on RPM, so glucose monitors, etc., or whether it's cardiac monitoring manufacturers, Holters, etc., they only focus on devices because devices in this industry is actually a commodity. So they are actively looking for software providers and service providers that can complete their whole offering to give the device, the software, and the service basically for this solution.
Okay, so I will introduce you to hardware device producers we have in our portfolio. The company which is called Cardiome, I will send in the chat. So probably they will be your client if it's so good. If your software is really so good, why not? Okay, and what revenue do you have for today? For the last year, for example, last year revenue?
Joanna, would you care to take that? Hello. Well, I'd have to say our revenue since we started is in the 7 digits. Sadly, I can't divulge more given my standing in the company, but we are in the 7 digits revenue since we started.
Sorry about that. I got cut off for a few minutes.
Yeah, we are talking about revenue.
Okay, all right.
Last year revenue. As I understood, it's 7-0 figure, yeah?
Sure, it's in the 7 digits, correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so more questions? Okay. If no questions, we will move on. Dear participants, get ready. Startup number 4, Syndicate. And dear judges, I would like to remind you that you have to vote. We're almost in the middle, so do not forget about this important role. Okay, dear Luis, you're here. Okay, I don't see your video.
Hi, everyone.
Wait a sec. Yeah, I see you. Perfect.
I'm audible? Yeah. All right. So good morning, evening, and afternoon to everyone. I'm here to present Medkit. Medkit is an IT platform that supports, it's an infrastructure built to support pharmacies with financing for their inventory, as well as data management systems. The overview of what we do, basically it's just accelerating community pharmacies. So we map out pharmacies that would like to partner with us and clinics. We give them stock financing, a point of sale or pharmacy, hospital business management system. We offer them coaching and consultation because we are experts in this sector. We've been mostly working with startups, but there's opportunity to work up with already established pharmacies. some market statistics about the Kenyan market. We have a population of 50 million. 80% of the 5,000 pharmacies and 10,000 hospitals and clinics don't use a standardized smart data collection or data management system. So what then happens is they are not even able to access, they're not able to do proper forecasting and quantification, as well as access funding for expansion. And of course, this number is just for the registered pharmacies and the clinics. The number is even double this of the actual ones on the ground in need of this solution. The pharma market is $1.5 billion US, and that's in the Kenyan market. And of course, the East African market then brings that to 7 times that. The expected impact of using our system or our partnerships with the pharmacies that partner with us is they have timely data to do their medication and interventions. They have improved essential medicines and vaccine supply chain security, especially during this time of COVID, because now data is there and they're able to forecast and track. There is efficiency in collaboration with other healthcare workers, referral. The data is just, the patient data is portable. There's improved medication use and disease surveillance. There is also reliable operational data for business operations and sustainability, or even financing for startups to expansion. Because one of the things we see in Kenya is that every year, 1,000 pharmacies never see their first year anniversary. And the reason mostly is because just the data is not even reliable. The team, so we are 2 of us. Of course, we have employed project team, development team. So there's myself and Edwin. Edwin is based in the US, so he supports us remotely. And also he's a shareholder in the business. Details, our revenue model is we have 5% that we charge on the cost of sales. We have multiple ways of growing that. In return, we give them a uniform pharmacy management system, branding template, medicines, and best market for their pharmaceuticals. Our advantages is we don't ask for collateral, like what is asked by many other people in that sector. So our competitors with Helium Health out of West Africa. We also have Access also in West Africa and East Africa. And the market is huge for us to do what we are doing right now. So the partnerships that we are looking for right now, I founded the largest corporate chain of pharmacies in 2007 and exited that in 2019. I've been now using that expertise to consolidate into the system and structures. So what we are looking for is maybe an early stage investment partner who can offer technical assistance, mostly even just for packaging what we have in readiness for attracting scale and Series A type of funding. So those are our needs right now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And Q&A session, dear judges, the active, the award. Okay.
So do you guys have clients already?
Yes, we do. We have 20 clients on the system, and 3 of them that we are funding for their entire stock needs. The rest just use the system as just for managing of their data.
What is the equivalent of your funding to your clients?
The funding that we have out
in terms of money, if you equivalent that to transfer to money.
Also, for the 3 that we have right now, we have close to 40 US$, yeah, 40,000 US$. Sorry, and remember we started funding this year, so it's because we managed to bring up the system to a point where we are able to collect the bankings every day in the system, and we're able to be paid from that. So yes, that's how much we put in so far. We are willing to put in more.
How much have you guys made so far as a company?
Sorry?
How much have you guys made so far?
So we out of that, we levy a 5% margin on the cost of sales. So we haven't really been tracking how much we've made or so to speak, because at the moment we've just been sort of piloting it and tracking and seeing, is it meeting the needs of these pharmacies? And remember, they are startups, yes.
You guys are also startup.
Yes, for this particular venture, yes, we are startups, and the pharmacies that we are supporting, because of the, we were just interested in just finding out testing the model to see if it works. So, and we found that it actually works. There's uptake, and the users are finding benefit of it. Yeah.
Is it a model that can scale beyond Kenya?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it can scale beyond East Africa. Even in West Africa, we know Helium Health are doing it in West Africa. Of course, East Africa is a unique market in itself. So with our expertise in this market, we actually have a better place to scale within East Africa for this solution.
Okay.
Thank you. And we have like 10 seconds for a question. Dear judges, do we have to move on?
If no one doesn't have any question, I would like to ask him about his competitors.
Yeah, sure. The competitors at the moment is Helium Health and Farm Access. So the difference that they have, so Helium Health have a pharmacy management system and a hospital management system, and they lend against, you know, if just from the data that they have collected, they're able to lend against that. So we, on the other hand, have been, you know, for the last 15 years, we've run pharmacies, community pharmacies and clinics. So we've moved from that area, and now we're coming into the area of sort of coaching and supporting and mentoring these pharmacies and clinics to sort of scale the challenges of doing business in Africa. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, judges.
Thank you so much. Please shut down the presentation, and we will go next. I'm happy to introduce startup number 5. Please get ready, share your screen, switch on your video. Dear Christian, we want to see you.
Thank you, Lilia. Can you see the screen and can you see me?
Yeah, I see your screen perfectly and I see you. Let's move.
Perfect. Thank you very much for having me. I'm Christian Hens, Universal Diagnostics Managing Director. 40% of all of us in this Zoom call will develop cancer in their lives, but we don't know who, we don't know where, and we don't know when. The only solution to that problem is detecting cancer and the pre-cancer stage early so we can have much higher treatment success. That represents a huge opportunity. The cancer diagnostics industry today is $250 billion in size and growing by 7% every year. Now, the holy grail in this is detecting it early, preventing cancer with a simple blood-based test. And that's what we're trying to do at Universal Diagnostics, making cancer curable by detecting it with a simple blood-based test. If I want you to take one thing away from this call today, we're number 1 in early detection and prevention of cancer. And we're focused on colorectal cancer primarily. Now, we've presented our results at leading conferences globally. The last one at the beginning of this year at the Association of Cancer Research in the United States. 77% sensitivity in colorectal cancer and 88% specificity with our biomarker blood-based test is much better than any commercially available test right now there in the market. But what's even more exciting, we're also available to detect the pre-cancer stage. 62.5% sensitivity and 87.5% specificity is absolutely unique. And it means disruption in healthcare because we can actually prevent cancer altogether, reducing incidence rates. How do we want to commercialize the test? Very simple, very straightforward, integrating it with existing lab floors. That means working with clinical labs, running the tests on commercially available equipment, uploading the raw data to the cloud, where we then run our algorithm and provide results of positive or negative. Positive means you should go for other additional diagnostics like a colonoscopy, which is invasive, or negative, you come back in 1 to 2 years and we do the test again. What makes me really exciting beyond that is that we start to see that our approach also works on other cancers. We've just presented at September this year at ESMO GI the results on lung, breast, and pancreatic cancer. And you see that the stage 1 detection that we achieved there of 75% is absolutely mind-blowing. So let's bring it together. We're #1 in early detection colorectal cancer. We have proof to detect other cancers. We work with the 80 hospital network globally and have a key opinion board that supports us. Where do we take it now? Commercialize the test, develop lung cancer and pancreatic cancer tests, and build UDX globally. All of that driven by a top management team that has IPO and NASDAQ experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian. So, dear judges, let's move to Q&A session.
Christian, can you tell us maybe once more about the evidence that it really works? I see that you are working with 80 hospitals, yeah?
Yes.
And these are pilots. So this.
Yes, so we've collected 12,000 blood samples, and we're running these in the development of our test. And what shows you that this works are studies and publications like this that we did together with Stanford University, where we take a test set where we look for our biomarkers, develop our algorithm, and then validate it on a completely independent set where there's no overlap with the training set. So it actually gives the real results, and we always compare us against the gold standard, which is the colonoscopy. In that way, we always know if it works or not, and that's how it was done. So yes, it works.
Yes. Okay, and I saw in your profile that you have already raised 30 million in the last round, yeah?
Correct.
Or before. And what was the evaluation?
I would prefer to take that to a private conversation later on.
Okay, great, no problem.
But thank you for the interest. I'll take that down.
Lilia?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have actually 1 extra minute for a Q&A session. Dear judges,
I have
a
question, please. So what is the false positive and false negative in your study? When you are doing these tests, how many turn out to be positive by your study and then they are negative?
Yes, that's a very good question. So our essentially that's how we measure our test performance. We are right now at 77% sensitivity, 88% specificity. That means out of 100 colorectal cancer patients, we are detecting 77. We are missing 23.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Out of 100 controls, meaning healthy patients, we identify 88 to be healthy. Okay. If you compare that with any other test that is out there right now, sort of non-invasive test, of course, that is much better than anything there is. It's a little bit worse than colonoscopy, but that's the gold standard, and it's a massively invasive procedure that will be the consequence of having a positive results of the UDX test. Make sense, Hesham?
Thank you. So just to be sure that I understood you, what you are doing is essentially getting blood sample, and you are running some kind of AI algorithm, and you are able to detect with good accuracy that you have described already whether this person has this kind of cancer or not, just based on the blood test and just based on the neural network or whatever algorithm that you have developed. Is that correct?
Exactly. And you summed it up much better than I could ever do. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you. Interesting. I have no more questions. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I just have a very quick question. First of all, great technology. I'm Luisa, representing Plug and Play here in Mena. I just wanted to know if you were familiar with a sort of similar startup that now has IPO'd, Guardant Health. Do you see similarities between your technologies?
Yeah, so I mean, there's certain similarities in our technology. The gold star product of Guardant Health is a test that is currently used in treatment guidance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit later in the process where you look at if someone has been diagnosed with cancer, then the question becomes, how do we best treat that patient, okay? And the 360G test from Guardant Health focuses on providing the information, which mutation is present in the cancer patient, and therefore what type of treatment should you do? Chemotherapy, radiotherapy, etc. There's many different options, but that's a gold star product of Guardant Health. They recently said they would like to move into our space as well, and actually we're in contact with them because they find our advanced adenoma data incredibly exciting.
Great. That's great to hear then that you're working together. Thank you. No more question.
And you are pre-revenue yet? Yep.
Yes. Right. Yes, unfortunately, yes. But developing these tests on a clinically sound basis, it takes a moment because we're running clinical trials that recruit thousands of patients, and to make sure that it works. So it takes a moment. We are pre-revenue yet, but we our commercialization strategy is that we will commercialize the test beginning of 2022 via clinical labs around the world. We are actually talking to potential clinical labs in the Middle East right now, and anyone who could provide contacts to labs in Africa would be more than happy to reach out to them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. And we have to move to our next participant. Mr. Hassan, please share your screen. I know that you are ready already.
How are you? Amazing startups until now. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just a second. Let me see if I can share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, just a second. Okay, can you hear my voice okay? Because I'm not in the best place in the world here right now. It's okay?
Yeah, it works.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's start. Hello, my name is José Rubinger and I'm representing Kitchen Neighbor team from UAE. Imagine your life today if you had never been able to hold a pencil, but could understand everything that your parents are saying to you. Like Julia, for example, that was born with cerebral palsy. And, denying people with disabilities their right to education has a lifelong impact on learning, achievement, and employment opportunities. They are not learning how to improve their skills in early childhood. How many thoughts become unexpressed? How many stories were not told? The social impact is huge. Schools are not prepared, children are segregated, and millions are not inside the schools. But I have good news. Julia still can hold a pen, but she can write and is learning inside a regular classroom. Ahmad can't say a word, but he can communicate and study. And everything started because of this man. He was born with cerebral palsy and graduated in computer science using this head pointer and came up with a great idea. Together with him, we developed KeyX, a keyboard that works with the combinations of colors and symbols and is part of an all-in-one set of patented assistive tools that together with our educational platform that uses AI to build tasks and activities in less than 5 minutes, we are far ahead from our competitors. Our solution helped Ellison to publish his first book, and he can even hold a pen. It also made Marina go to university and graduate in journalism. But this is not only a humanitarian cause. It's a 22 billion market that grows every year. More than 15% of the population has some kind of disability. In the UAE alone, we have thousands of students waiting for our solution. And if we go for only 10%, we are talking about 30 million market for the next 3 years. In the MENA region, multiply this by 20. It's unbelievable. But are we profitable, predictable, and scalable as a social impact venture? Of course we are. Our revenue comes from direct sales plus monthly subscription plans that we call accessibility as a service. We are the only one solution, all-in-one solution for schools, rehabilitation centers, healthcare professionals, and also for the end users. For example, we install the solution inside the classrooms, and we train the teachers and the caretakers to use them with the children or the patient. By doing that, we give them autonomy, so they become the main actors in their learning process, which of course will shorten the time that they usually take to develop their skills. Working with this model, we finished our year with more than 4,000 users, 400 schools, and $600,000 in revenue last year, bootstrapping. That was only possible because of our fantastic team. Only in this picture, we have 200 years in experience. I have been working in technology since 1981, always as an entrepreneur, and had 2 exits in Brazil. Marcelo, William, and Alexandre have been working in sales, technology, and in the educational field for the past 20 years. This is our tech team. You name it, and they will build it. And of course, we have the woman power in our team. They are the knowledge department. They have all the answers. Let's make the future possible for these kids. They will be able to work inside our companies, and maybe we can find some geniuses. If you would like to learn more, please come see after the presentation.
Dear Jose, thank you so much. You are in timing. Dear judges, it's your turn. Q&A session.
You're doing a really great job. But can you explain the business model?
Yes, I can. Actually, we have an all-in-one set of assistive technology developed by us, developed there in Brazil. And what we do is we concentrate all the other assistive technology that there is in the market. And we also created an educational platform that starts from the beginning, the communication, 1, 2, 3 years old. Then we go to the learning process, and then we go to the for example, math, and actually in Brazil it's Portuguese, but here it's English and other languages. And we put all of them inside the schools for teachers, shadow teachers, caregivers. They use the solution with the kids. So it gives them plenty of information while they are very young, in early childhood.
Okay, but who's paying for your services?
Okay, sorry. The school pays for the service in a subscription-based model. We also sell this to parents, because when they see their children using this in the schools, they can also buy with us in a subscription model plan.
Mm-hmm. And you already have some traction, yes?
Yes, we have already 400 schools and around 5,000 users at the moment.
Okay.
Mainly in Brazil. We also have some here in the region. I'm here in the UAE, and we also have in the United States and in Chile.
Mm-hmm. And you are located in Brazil?
Actually, I'm living here in Abu Dhabi because we are part of Microsoft for Startups and Hub 71, but everything is going very well, thanks God, in Brazil.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
How much are you selling them, and how did you get to the pricing?
How much? Sorry, again?
Yes, how much are you selling your product, and how did you get to pricing?
We have a subscription model that varies from $80 to $600 per month, because, for example, the families, they only need some of the assistive technology, so they can actually go for a subscription plan for only what they need. But when I talk about rehabilitation centers and the schools, they need all the solution. So of course, we have also consultancy that we can sell, and also any other thing that they need to put this inside the schools and rehabilitation centers.
Okay.
Anyway, that's a good initiative.
Thank you very much. We are making so many parents and kids very happy every day. It's something very important to see. This is the equipment, actually one of the parts. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hassan. And we move on to startup number 7. Dear Yusuf, please switch on your video and share your presentation.
Sure. I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Is it clear?
Yep, I see your presentation, but there's some noise, still some noise from your side.
How about now? Hello?
It gets worse.
I will change the Wi-Fi screen.
Okay. Please do full screen of your presentation.
Okay. So I would like to introduce myself. My name is Yusuf, and I'm the founder of Julib. Before I start, I will share our story. I was working in the pharmaceutical fields in sales and marketing for 5 years, and I was spotting some opportunities and gaps. And in 2018, we started Julib as a pharmacy aggregator. We launched an application where users can order their pharmacy products, and it gets delivered to their house. And we have been doing this until June 2020. With the spike of COVID, we have learned a lot of things, and we noticed a lot of gaps in our model. So we decided to pivot. We pivoted to a POS provider to pharmacies with a special philosophy. Today, we are a SaaS POS for pharmacies and beyond. Our philosophy is to not only provide software, to also encourage the growth of small and medium pharmacies through technical enablement and network empowerment. Our prototype, our phase 1 POS software, it includes POS capabilities. It has product catalog, inventory moves. It connects to a system of the government where it allows the tracking of medication. It has a daily dashboard where it has live updates. You have sales and inventory reports, and it has an accounting module. Our upcoming ecosystem will be a full ERP with the special features where it includes the enablement of e-commerce, e-prescriptions and prescription dispensing, a full product catalog of all pharmacy products. We will connect with last mile delivery, where it allows pharmacies to deliver it to end users. It allows to the compliance of government regulation, and we will connect to suppliers as integrated inventory services. Our business model, we have a setup fee and then an annual subscription service. Also, we offer hardware package. We have 2 hardware packages where we get a referral fee on, and we have added value services such as data migration and on-ground installations. Our business model and traction. So in phase 1, we make revenue on software revenues. Phase 2 is a commission on the B2B purchases. We started, after we stopped in June 2020, our aggregation, our pharmacy aggregator model, we started developing our POS, and we started piloting in September. We had 30 pharmacies that we approached. Currently, we have 5 pharmacies on demo, and we have 1 customer who signed, and we're currently in implementation to get his system live. In KSA, there are 7,000 retail pharmacies, and our goal to capture 15% with around 1,000 pharmacies in the next 5 years. Our current team includes myself as a founder. The co-founder is my brother, who's a PhD in data science and pharmaceuticals. We have CTO, and we have data lead and IT analyst, and we have a group of developers as well. Our value proposition is we have friendly pricing schemes.
Time is up, and
okay.
Q&A session starts.
Sure.
So.
And your target market is Saudi Arabia?
Yes. So our target market is Saudi Arabia, and we will expand to the region once we penetrate the Saudi market.
Do you have competitors in other countries?
I am fully aware of Saudi Arabia. I am not aware of other regions. In Saudi Arabia, there are other providers. However, with our latest technology, we have more strength in what we offer.
Okay.
Hi, Yusuf. Hi, great presentation. I just wanted to ask, because as you alluded to, regulations are quite different. Even Saudi is very different from UAE, where I am. I think we spoke to another company in the same space that is moving from Egypt to Saudi. So you might consider as well Egypt, which is a huge market for you. My question would be like, would it be targeted for like pharmacy chains or also hospital pharmacies? And for that, like, how to convince, because I've seen that many hospitals here would like to kind of have an alternative to procure medicine and drugs at cheaper prices. So how is your competitive advantage in
Yes.
that?
So our focus in phase 1 is smaller pharmacies, so more of independent and less than 30, a retail with less than 30 branches. So we're not targeting hospital nor bigger branches. Our initial 30 pharmacies included a pharmacy that have a clinic in the same company. So we're in discussion to provide the system for the clinic and the software for the pharmacy. But we're not targeting hospital nor more than 30 branches at phase 1.
All right. And what's the onboarding time for you to set up your technology?
So we are setting 6 weeks for the pharmacy from the day they sign to have their fully active with all their information moved to the new system.
And you have one currently paying customer, correct?
So they signed, they did not transfer yet. We have the implementation plan to start in October 15, so in the next few days.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, thank you so much. And we have to move to our last participant. Thank you, Yusuf. Dear Aya, please get ready.
Yes, do you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I will share my screen. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yeah. Before you start, I would like to remind our judges that you have to vote, and our participants are waiting for the interesting result. And as Aya is our last participant, please just have a look and remind that you can change your grades just to go to the voting platform and do changes if you need it.
Leila, can I ask you before we start? I see the DAWA in the list of the startups. They don't present you?
Unfortunately, they have technical issues and can't join us right now.
So what about Young Explorer Inc? They've done it already?
Please repeat, I didn't hear. Kevin, please repeat.
Because I see Dawa and Young Explorer Inc. Has Young Explorer done it?
Dava unfortunately can't join us.
Then what about Young Explorer? They've already pitched?
Aya is like Young Explorer. She's
Oh,
going to
okay.
be doing that now.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I see.
Dear Aya, please start when you're ready, and your time will start at your pitch.
Hi, my name is Aya Dajani, the founder and CEO of Young Explorer. 4 years ago, my son started his rehabilitation journey in Palestine during Al-Quds War. And most of the time, we don't have accessibility to the rehabilitation centers. So we were contacting the therapist through internet and through the phone. And with a deep dig in the market, we discovered that this is a general problem in the MENA region. There are more than 10 million kids with learning difficulties at the MENA region who don't have accessibility to the rehabilitation centers due to the lack of the rehabilitation centers and their expensive services and a lot of social barriers in our communities. And in the same time, there are problems to the therapists themselves. They have difficulties managing their patients at home and assigning home tasks to them. So this problem has been maximized due to COVID-19 lockdown because there are another 30% of patients who have who are going to the rehabilitation centers don't have this accessibility now. So Young Explorer will be the solution to this problem. We are providing the patients with online rehabilitation plans at home that is monitoring by expert therapist panel from our app, and this solution will be a local solution comparing to the solutions available in the market now, and they have the chance to book online appointment with many therapists on our platform. The patients will manage the therapist will have the chance to manage their patients remotely and assign home tasks to them, and also they could have accessibility to more patients. Our product is mobile application. For the patients, the product is ready and is being testing now. The family of the patient could check the daily rehabilitation plan of their child. They have to watch activity video to know what to do with their kids, and they have to evaluate their kids depending on his response, and they will get evaluation result after each video. This market is new in the MENA region. There is mind left, but they are working only on the physical caring, not they don't have functional and speech therapy that we are focusing on. Globally, there are Sword Health, Gemini, and a lot of other competitors. The competitive advantages, we mentioned this so far. The market size globally, there are more than 100 million kids don't have accessibility to the rehabilitation centers. In the MENA region, the number is 11 million, and we are targeting initially 1% of them. Our business model, we have 3 revenue streams. B2C, we are providing the patients with the freemium subscription with the monthly fees. B2B, this premium subscription will be for therapists and will be yearly. And we also will have percent of each appointment cost that happened on our platform. The traction, our product is on beta version now. We have 200 users for the testing to prove our model. We got 90K equity-free fund. We have 7 members in the team, and we are registered.
I have to stop you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And let's move to our Q&A session. Dear judges, it's your turn.
Hi, Aya.
Hi.
Great presentation and cool features you have there. I was wondering if you could walk us through maybe your customer acquisition and how you get the buy-in from the therapists as well as the users, like how they interacted with your product, and how do you see, like how do you plan to expand if you are raising money, how it would be spent? Thank you.
Okay. For now, we are focusing mainly on the social media channels to reach to our patients. There are a lot of mothers and families communities for families of kids with difficulties on the social media. So we are targeting them there, and that's how we reach the 200 patients for testing. For the therapists themselves, so far we are contacting the therapist by direct contacting. We are searching about them and contacting them, but this is because we are didn't enter our testing for the patient yet. The product for therapists will be finished after 2 months. What we will do with the money, for now we are reaching Jordan and Palestine markets, which is very small market for testing, and our plan is reaching the Gulf and Egypt in the next stage, and this is mainly how we will use the money, and also to improve our AI algorithm that we are using to enhance the result of setting plans and reports.
Thank you. And have you thought of maybe, you know, having a different relationship and onboarding the therapists as contractors, like a selected number of therapists to be the front, you know, at the front page and being the experts?
Yes, we are doing this so far. We have four experts in our team, and they will be working on assessment, the first assessment of each patients.
All right, thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. So any questions? Dear judges, have a look at your voting platform. You have last minute to do some changes, and we will close voting.
Dile, can you stop sharing the screen?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you. That was our last participant, right? And we have a minute to finish voting. And Lila, please share the poll. We would like to know your opinion. What industry do you think has the most investment potential from African and MENA region point of view? And I will tell you some insights we have from other continents also, and talk a little bit about it. Just choose the industries that you think personally that are right industries for investors right now, and just push a button submit, and we will tell you in a second what will be happening. And while you're doing that, Alexander, please tell us what we have also for our winner today.
Yes, usually we invite our winner to the meeting with VCs who are the members of our VC house. So on our deal flow, in our deal flow room, we have more time to talk to the startup who won the competition, local competition, and so to understand the startups closely and more. So it's a kind of presence, yeah, for the gift for the startup. And of course, if you are a VC and you are still not a part of our exclusive community, join us. Here with us, you can see Natasha with us today, Natalie, yeah, and you can send her message, or he can just publish again in the chat the link, and to join VC House. And of course, the winner will be presenting the startup in the final. Yes, Anna?
Absolutely, yes, of course. As every winner of our unicorn battles does. Yes, it's a great opportunity. So please, guys, keep your fingers crossed, because I see the lilies winking me. You know who the winner is, right?
Yeah, I already know.
Good. Please tell us. Okay.
So first place, no, I'm kidding. We'll start as always from the third one. So the third one is key to enable assistive technology. So dear Jose, my congratulations.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Jose.
Thank you very much. Honored.
Congratulations.
Next one, second place goes to Universal DX. Christian, am I right? My congratulations.
Great, thank you very much.
Wonderful, yeah, way to go. And can you show us the event page, so we can make sure that we also see who the winner is?
And the winner is,
yeah, go to startup section. We see on like,
we see it already. Perfect. And the winner is Cardio Diagnostics.
Woohoo!
Our congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a great opportunity.
Job. And your mark.
Yeah, more opportunities to come.
Thank you.
Yes, so you're our finalist from the Healthtech Africa and MENA region, and Lila will contact you, tell you what's going to happen next. And everybody, please stay tuned. Lila, thank you very much. You can stop screen sharing, and please share with us the poll results. And so we can start our little networking.
Okay, let's see. What is on our mind?
So what's our expert board thinks today? So Healthtech, you see. Maybe it's because we have a Healthtech battle today. What do you think, Alexander? And then the FinTech, you think? And then Agrotech, surprisingly. That's really interesting. You know, guys, I just did my little research, and I got the results that Africa is like #1 in investments in FinTech. The second one is manufacturing, and the third one is games industry, right? Like no health tech. And what concerns MENA region, the first one is renewable energy, like impact. The second one is e-commerce, and third one, fintech. So that's like what we have from the media, and I would like to hear what you think. Luisa, you scroll like a lot of countries in this particular regions. What's your opinion? Like, is media right or we are right?
I think there's a truth in both, but like, and it's changing fast, I would say. So we've seen health tech really, you know, rising because challenges with COVID have been like more apparent. and needed. Fintech as well, like, because the way we pay for things, the fact that they don't have access to banks in many countries, like the power disruption, that everything now is moving to the mobile. So what is the mobile phone gonna enable in health, in fintech, in industry, and even in agro? Agrotech for me will be on the rise, with food security being at the top of the agenda. So that would be my sort of
priority, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you for sharing that. What, Kabir, what can you tell us? Oh, Kabir, just like, oh, like Makele, what can you tell us from the South African perspective?
Yeah, I think from South Africa, I think Healthtech is really pushing, but if fintech and agritech. Agritech is something that I think right now a lot of investors are also looking into agritech because they haven't really explored it a lot in Africa. There's just so much opportunity with regards to farming in the continent that really need investment. So startups that are coming from that space are really doing well as well. But another thing is data, because collecting data is one thing that is critical in Africa right now. So if we could get startup data into that space, trust me, there is a lot of traction. It's a lot of traction right now with regards to data as well.
Okay.
But I saw you talk about gamification. It's really picking up really well within the West and Central Africa. So
yes, because
it's one of those point now that are that people are looking for with regards to education and others. They're using a gamification a lot right now as well.
That's really good to hear, because like I know what distincts Africa from all other regions in the world, that you guys jumped like from no phones to cellular phones. You skipped the wire phones, and that makes like the vast opportunities, like all those applications, the access like to all other stuff that like can be put in the cellular phone and cannot be put like on the phone. So you have like a really different way of development, like differs from the region.
Yes, we really have a completely different way of development within the region. So I think we need to start looking at like agritech, we start looking at gamification, which is really coming up like really seriously, have a lot of opportunities going forward.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, thank you. If anybody wants to share their perspective, like from their point of view, I would love to hear your opinion. The judges, anyone?
I think we are right in our poll, because Healthtech is the most important for everybody and for everyone.
Right now.
But now and maybe in the future, because you can live without very cool AI, but you cannot live if your health is broken. Yeah. So yes, probably this is the most important industry.
So we are doing really good thing right now, right? We are like investing in our health right now.
Yeah, I hope we will live more than previous generations.
To do more good things, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are already doing a great job. And again, like I said in my opening when I was talking there, you guys are already doing an amazing job. I think you've taken, you're really pushing like into Africa. I think that's what you guys are doing. That's what Africa really needs at the moment. There are a lot of potential, like great startups within the continent who just need access to investment, access to capital, and they don't have. But I think one thing that we need to push is marketing and promoting startup network within the continent. I think once we've gotten that base within the continent, then we are sure that we will attract quite a lot, because now the truth is we're not really reaching everyone. I think it is very important that we look at really reaching even the deeper and the localized startup that don't even have. You'll be amazed by the kind of startup that we will attract if we get traction into the continent.
That's great. Yes, we are trying to broaden our outreach. So if anybody hears us that you haven't seen Startup.Network yet at events, just give us a call or just send us an email and we'll be there.
And
right,
of
Lily?
course, we ask you to share the results, on our page, in your networks, in Facebook, in LinkedIn, so many others can come and see and invest in the startups which presented today. And Anna, what is our plans?
Our plans to help fintech to rise up, and also to help AI to succeed all over the world, because like there'll be a fintech battle in Europe and there'll be an AI in South America. Lily, can you share?
I'm already sharing.
Okay, based on battles.
So please join us for those wonderful events and more events to come. Our finals on the 20th of November, but before that, every Tuesday, every Thursday, we are online, and really happy to see you wherever you are, wherever we are. So everyone is welcome. See you in our next battle. Thank you for coming today. Great battle.
See you, everyone, and I wish everyone the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. It was an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great event.
Please, let's connect on LinkedIn.
Let's do this.